Hello, welcome back to Satisfactory. This is Maker Gaming, episode 66 of our playthrough. And yeah, this is getting further into our map episode. So, yeah, in the last episode, there were too many mistakes with the Mark 1 maps, so we're giving it up and we're moving straight to a new design. So, uh we'll show a couple clips of us making this new cartographer, and then we'll get started on making Mark II maps and experimenting with ways to color the map. Thanks for joining. Alright, since we're completely redoing it, we did a little bit of a new, I think I just did a time lapse of it. That was my plan. If I didn't show a time lapse, I made a bit of a different building platform. It's not complete yet, bunch of towers. But more importantly, I remade this, where we have better control. We can see exactly what we need to see, and everything will be in the same spot. Just make sure it works. Yep, and that should help us place in the future as well. Trying to simplify everything this time around. That Blueprint Designer hub is on the wrong side. We're going to keep it there anyway. Not a big enough concern with how much work we have. Alright, and we have our back level for where our water's going to be, and our front level for where the outlet's going to be. That is our new map. I also made a better map reference for myself. Just to remind y'all, this is a map. We haven't even unlocked it all in our real game, but we will. We'll go plant some radar towers actually pretty soon. But this is our current obsession. Let me get some progress. Alright. Alright, we just need one more thing before we start. Figure out how I want to do this. Need some sort of platform. Alright, so we're just going to build some catwalks, and we're going to run out of materials doing it. And we'll go get more. Alright, hopefully I skip a whole lot of the last part of the episodes, because I have been recording a long time. This has been a slow process, but I think we're past it. I've built I'm calling it the cartographer. It's 4 blueprints on top of each other, well aligned, so we can kind of see what's going on between them, kind of. They're 2 layers each. They're all in the exact same spot. They all have these half foundations to help with their alignment, even though after I made one and blueprinted it on the other blueprints, they did go slightly off the grid, but I don't see how that would be a problem. So yeah, we can get started. I'm just gonna redo the whole thing again. Starting with the northwest, because that is where we are right now. So we are right here. So we'll start there. Alright, so this is the Spire Coast, some of the Spire Islands. We're just working through this. Damn it, all this was off by one. It's alright, I'll just repeat it over here. Not a great start, bro. It'll be easy to translate though. Can't get too close to the edge, so we might have to make things slightly smaller on the coast when it's this close to the edge. That's too close to that. So I'm just looking off. I made a map with some grid lines from, I got a lot of help from Satisfactory calculator. Interactive map. And I'm just drawing out the shapes. It's the first step. It's the second time we've had to do the first step. Same for the bottom, that's our lower limit. We can't have any of that poking into the ground. Before we move on to the next one, I did want to do this one white. See if we like that better. We've already seen black. Alright, we'll see how we like it. I'll see after I've done a few more. Alright, heading back to the cartographer. Oh, it's hard to not overshoot. As promised, we did a few offline. And then we started on one of them's water layer. But, I mean, to catch up to my mistake, I have to do a lot more offline. So just checking in, and then I made it over here. So this is our most accurate map yet. And time to do more water. This one's basically done except a small little one right here. With the right color, it is. Alright, we move on to the next one. Alright, this is a giant shore, so this one's going to have a lot. Maybe we start at the bottom. And the water starts from here to Paradise Island. Alright, as you can see, we're just tracing. We're just tracing the shoreline with the water. And then we'll probably do a couple layers, because this is a pretty substantial ocean. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that coastline. See what else we have after that, but see how that looks. Yep, I like that. And that's where it drops off the falls into the abyss. I don't know, we could do that black or just leave it blank. Right now I'm leaning towards blank. Alright, and there's a few rivers to take care of here, so you know what, I think I'm going to draw them out here first. It'll help me position them better. Alright, I think that's the way to go. Now we just repeat the pattern. Alright, that's our water for this one. I just gotta delete the part I don't need. So yeah, that was very helpful. Even with the extra deleting, that saves me time to not have to think about the image backwards and just set it correctly and then fix it. Yeah, for now we're gonna keep. And for now we're gonna keep the abyss hole. There's actually another one right here, but Alright, that's the part that I missed, and it all still fits. We are on our way. I can't believe we're still not to the part where we messed up, though. Well, we're getting there. And there's the one small river that goes back here, drops into the abyss. And bottom half of the map is complete for the first 2 layers. All offline, I came in and reviewed my map. I did, because it was so hard down there doing it from behind and backwards, I just decided to come up here and I did each of them by the front, looking at my map. Then I came behind here, made this scaffold, and copied them just by looking through the glass. So now I just need to delete these front template ones, which I won't do all of right now. And the second layer of the map will be complete. I'll do the deleting offline. Don't need to show the recording of that. So that leaves what could be the final layer, right? So first layer is the outline, second layer is the water, the third layer is going to be a whole lot of signs. So I have a blueprint designer ready over here. And let's talk about what that means. I kind of just want to cover either a lot of the map or most of the map with these small squares. So this would be the most regulated pattern. But you can get them to do slightly off like that. So we're getting a little bit. Okay, so like that, by doing these little quarter steps, half steps, you can get a little more randomized. It definitely looks a lot better than this. So the things I have to learn is, can I do something like this and it will be easy to blueprint onto a wall multiple times. And then the other thing would be to color these to match. I mean, let's say Crater Lakes. Alright, so Crater Lakes is a pretty deep green. Let's do there and there. Make it a little darker on this one. And no background. So something like that, and like this, something like that using this dual color. It's kind of cool. You could maybe make it a little more yellow. Alright, so just real quick, try and these two methods out. This still looks better, the randomized pattern. And I don't know, the dual color is cool, but I think it could also benefit from having a lot of solid ones as well. Now, if I had all the time in the world, I would, you know, you could look at the map really close and even kind of define some of the patterns of the structures with the patterns of these, but I don't think I'm going to go that far. I did pull out a pillar. If you go to the top of a pillar, you have more play with where you can set these. So it's still on this grid, but you can rotate them, which helps a lot in the randomization. Alright, so those are our three options. This option is out 100%. I think this one looks better, kind of. Let's see. Let's see what we can get away with. We said we're not going to keep this one. Alright, so that's saved combined. Now we're going to save just one of them. Alright, so now we have that. Let's see if it places. Alright, so this is the Crater Lakes. We would want to get one more window, one more step up. And hopefully these just snap right on. Okay, it works better off the glass. But also, we're not going to have all this to work with. All that will be deleted. I just haven't done it yet. Too bad we can't rotate it. Meanwhile, that is kind of what I'm looking for. And it's going to take a lot of them. Alright, this does look cool. It's going to take a lot. Let me clean up. I do want to try it, so I need to clean up. Is this the one I want to do first? I guess so. It's the one I started on first. Okay. Alright, at least we should try out the other one as well. Alright, so and then this is the green fields. See what layer we can get them on. And really we want them on top, right? I think if this one got kind of cleaned up on the edges, maybe around the borders, it looks better. Maybe something like that. It's a little more contained. And yeah, that's kind of cool. Turn the brightness up on one of them. Let's try it on a couple. Now we got a glossy one. There are options. There's a lot of stuff to mess around with. I'm not gonna have time to mess around with near as much as I would like to. I know that. So we have a path. I don't even know how much I love the look of it, but I mean, it's just something you can't gauge that size, right? So thinking I gotta do at least a quadrant. So are we talking about full completion of a quadrant? That's our biggest. That's probably second, third, and this is for sure the smallest, right? So we only have these 6 smaller quadrants and then these 2 to work on. So we're gonna start here. This is our swamp. This is our crater. That's our crater lake. This is our Fixmas area. This is the lake that dumps out into the swamp, and then the river that goes to the middle of the world. So this is where we'll start. I think I'm gonna go make 1 or 2 more of these so that they're even more randomized. That was my first attempt, and that's not bad. And I kind of like the use of the multi-tone, I guess the dual tone per each square, and we might go with that. But for the record, I'm not going to go too deep into this. I mean, just the single layer of this is going to take ages. So this is just to get started. It's one of the reasons I'm kind of starting a Discord, sending out the blueprints, because I'm hoping people like them and, you know, make them better. Put them back into the Discord. We can just keep improving it. Kind of a open source group project. So how do I want to do this? I'm gonna clear this. Now, if we wanted to be crazy about this, we could go to the Satisfactory calculator and use a eyedropper to get perfect colors of areas, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to set a default green that we can change as we drop per area. And I will probably start to see the similarities in this. Because in a perfect world, you could rotate it, right? But I don't think this is a rotatable type. It's not going to rotate vertically, so it's not really going to help us. It would more rotate facing this way to facing this way to facing this way to facing this way, where I would want it to rotate, you know, clockwise or counterclockwise on the face. That would be a dream, but it's not going to happen. So this is what we'll work with. All right, so we're basically working on 4 windows. Let's start with these 2 windows for now. First things first, we want to see how much coverage we can get, and the reason we're here is because quartz crystal is right up there. As a matter of fact, we're going to be there a lot. Let's just make a temporary path. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Zoop. Hopefully we don't forget it's just on these 2. And then was there something about attaching? It didn't like attaching here. No, this looks just fine. There are some limits there. God, I wish you could rotate it. It'd be awesome. But I'm thinking with some overlaps like this, we could delete different ones per section, and that'll help us define, differences between the randomness. All right. Computer is going to love me after this. Well, the overlays are easy to fix. You just delete a whole bunch of times. And believe in the randomization process. That wasn't a good delete, actually. Too much free space now. But those are minor adjustments. We're not about minor adjustments right now. We are about big moves, big brush strokes. We'll work on the details after we get a good portion of this into a fully formed idea. All right, that's a pretty accurate. I'm happy with that color. That's pretty good for one of the Crater Lakes colors. Ooh, it's a little not quite as bright there. Alright, so first lesson learned. We need to be doing this by color from the blueprinter. That way we have a base color when we start copying pasting, because these colors are going to be, it's going to be crazy to do these one by one. Yep, so signing off again. Going to think more on this. I'll be back. Alright, so I did some off camera. This method might be a little too glitchy. From different distances, it's pretty choppy. So we might actually do, well, I guess we gotta finish one up, but I might want to try it with the other way, the orderly way. Alright, similarly to that side, there's a bit of a bump on the blue crater up here. Goes to about that height. And yeah, there's a lot of this. Is that too dramatic? Yeah, we'll turn that off. Alright, we're just cleaning up some of the overlapping a little bit. Then I'll get to coloring this, and it's a long process. So hopefully I don't talk too much. Alright, so we're starting to get the shape right below the swamp. I'm going to go offline for a little while, see if I can get more done without talking very much. So I just thought I'd check in real quick. This task is bigger than the time I usually spend on episodes. I'm getting there. But let me show you the problem we're coming across. That's fine. I don't know that I'm going to love it. So I decided I'm going to try both sides, right? So that's the chaotic one, and this is the orderly one. No overlaps. I got this colored part. This is around a desert. I got this colored part from a blueprint. I created the blueprint. I could lay it down. This is maybe 3 or 4 of them. Every other one here I did by hand. It's a slow process, so I went a little overboard. I copied this entire blueprint and scaffolding, everything over here. I put it over there. Now I'm going to go through and delete everything except that basically one grid of work, and hope that we could use that to get something that'll actually stick in the blueprint. Something's limiting it from being able to attach to the wall, and I've tried multiple things, obviously. The problem being that a bunch of floating signs didn't have some sort of good reference point to connection to the rest of the blueprint, and the blueprint's already pretty messy, so it also didn't love that. So what I'm doing here is I think I'm going to leave one wall so that maybe we can get that one wall to snap to something over there rather than put the load on the signs themselves. All right, so we're hoping if we can do that, that's a big part of the time it takes to do this. Please have worked. If this worked. Okay, so it's high. That's annoying. Doesn't look like there's a way to get around that. Maybe we can still use it for some of this. Straight up using photo mode to be able to see what I'm doing. But you can't rotate like this. Alright, we're just gonna try it. See what happens once. Closer than we meant, or that is pretty much what we wanted. It is a good portion farther out, but if we can make that happen multiple times, that would be the new standard, and it'd be fine. Let's make sure the old stuff doesn't also maybe pair up with it well. No. I think connects great. Alright, I'm sure I've been playing offline a bunch. Not recording. I like this look though. Look at this giant contraption to build. Alright, so where are we at? I'm not sure what I've skipped. This is a pain in the ass. We've got the two, I've started calling them kind of chaos and order over here. I like this, but man, there are issues. There are bad issues with just getting them to connect. Oh, well, I'm out of quartz crystal, of course, but alright, so one of the problems is, and of course it's all perfect. Alright, so one of the main problems here, and I'm hoping someone has an answer to this, one of the things I'm kind of putting out there, there starts to be some wonky snapping. I'm wondering if it's because I have these three layers, these two layers of glass and whatever else, but it seems like there's a limit down here, kind of a bounding box that's pretty far. Like, actually, that started to work right there. Okay, what's different about right there? This is promising. If that works every time, I'll be very happy. I was recording this to complain. Oh, this is far back. That's behind layers. Damn, I wish there was an undo button. You know, I guess we could try it this way. on the same level as the outline. Let's see what it looks like when it gets up to it. My autosaves, they don't love this map. Alright, there was one place down here where it was snapping. I mean, we're losing. It's doubling over itself, but man, I gotta take advantage of this because I haven't been able to get anything to work. Yeah, it's so funny. Idiot me. Oh no, this is part of the map. We're good. No. I'm so dumb. None of this is part of the map. Will my mistakes continue? Alright, let's see if we just remove that. Will that help us make this work? Alright, checking to see if this helps. It actually seems like default mode's the better mode for this ridiculous work. Blueprint doesn't snap to anything. Alright, so we can use the floor. That's a good find. Alright, we have a method. Let's see if we can make it work. I hate to say it, we might have to work on this, like each quadrant in different areas of the map, because I'm not sure, but it seems like my computer's performance is down a little bit. Hopefully I'm imagining that. Look at that monstrosity. Alright, we learned a couple things there. We learned to pay attention to the map before we start placing stuff. Because that was a big waste of time. Now I have to delete all that. And we learned with foundations we can lay those and get some decent lining up there. So I just need to go pick up a lot more quartz and a lot more iron. Alright, I know I found that method, but also before I found that method I was working on something offline. Now that I got that working, I think I should get this one going too. So this one I'm just doing manually, and we're going to try and connect it. Actually, let's just do the one. We need to find a connection method. Alright, so there's our original 2 layers. This is our top map, northwest. Let's see if we can make this work. What the hell is that? Will that clip? That might be it. That might be it. That's pretty good. Let's try it across the map. If this works, I'll probably work to finish this quadrant first. And if I haven't said it out loud, I've decided that I'm only doing per quadrant for each of these. And I'll pick a winner. Did that not line up? Can't tell if that was exactly lined up or not. Let's wait for this slow-ass animation. Yeah, it's off. I mean, I'm not going to worry about something like that at this scale. Nope, not with that precision. Let's see if our PC can handle this. Alright, we had a second layer that matches. Come in and we hope we can do the same process. Come on. It works. Alright, I'm doing a lot of this offline because it is taxing. It's a lot of work. I just want to get one section done, and that one was giving me problems. I worked through a little bit of it, but I still wanted to go with this third option, so this is the one we're working on now. I got it going well. They did snap well. Until I got up to there. So annoying. I placed them incorrectly in the back. That's going to be such a pain in the ass to delete those. So I'm holding up on that, which sucks because I was those three and then these two from finishing off this area. But yeah, computer's it's a little bit laggy. Super close up to this, but I started the painting, so alright, that's decent. DC 94C7 7C, whatever you want to call it. We'll leave this in so that we have our color. We'll leave this in the video just so we have our color picks in case we need to come back to them. About as basic as we can get for that is one panel, right? This is 1/16 of one of our blueprints. It is the bottom left of the rocky desert. Let's see if we can make it a little more detailed with a little bit color nuance, right? So I've got a bit down here that's darker. It's kind of about 9B624E off the top of my head. Oh man, things are laggy. Don't love this. All right, and good 5C 4C4A. That's my favorite color for rocks. We definitely have one there between those two rivers. Oh, that's not right. That's not right either. Alright, there's our major rocks. It's just one of those things I can't picture till I have a bigger sample. So we keep going. Alright, and I know I said we're going to keep going, but I'm going to stop it there. It's real close to where all the problems start for this thing. For the people that saw my too many signs tips video, this is about where that's starting to go wrong. So I'm just going to end it there. It's not quite the end. We'll do a real short episode next that'll close out the map for now. Got a little digital glitch going on right there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon, and we'll get through it. We'll get through the rest of it real quick. So yeah, see you soon.